Hey guys, vegan cyclist. So my power will come on. My Garmin messed up about the first 20 minutes of the race. The power will be there. Be patient. My fitness has been garbage. I got like a lung infection or something like that. It just was ridiculous. I pretty much lost all of my gains for the year and just been in a bad slump. So I came out to this race thinking that I would just sit in and relax. And as you can see right here, pretty much a brake goes off lap 1, turn 2 type deal, which is frustrating. I'm always on the front. Here I'm messing with my Garmin. But yeah, I'm usually on the front or chasing brakes. And so it's so frustrating that since my fitness is just not there, that of course, right, the one race that I'm like, I'm going to sit in the back and enjoy the pace, a brake goes off. So there's 5 guys that went up the road. The pace was fast. And there were a lot of attacks towards the end of the race. But yeah, that break going up the road kind of mellowed things out for the first little bit. Right here, this move goes, and there's so many guys represented here on the front that make it to where people in the back aren't going to chase. This guy has a teammate. The other guy in the front little move right there has a teammate. There's, again, 5 guys up the road, so they have teammates. Pretty good time to maybe go with that move, even though this is not my goal. I'm not trying to stay at the front. I'm not trying to go with a bunch of moves. I sort of just want to finish the race. My fitness is where I need to make sure that I'm at least getting some kind of race pace in, because I'm just, sort of in a slump. But even though my fitness isn't great, I still want to stay kind of near the front in case something does go, because this break that's up the road sort of is making everyone kind of relaxed, and they're sort of just hanging out. So then you get these 2 guys to go, and you've got Randy right here, and he's moving up to the front. He's kind of patrolling the front because he's got a guy in the break, so he doesn't want to let just a group of guys go off the front and possibly ruin his teammate's chance up the road. So I kind of know that, that group has a little gap and that he's going to have to try to cover that. So I'm sticking on his wheel. He rips my legs off with a 1,000-watt effort. And he's looking back, and the whole group is just sticking to his wheel. So he sort of seems to shut it down and not really complete the gap close. So I decide to go because it just feels that the group is not motivated to chase anything. And 100 out of 100 times I'd be able to close this gap. But man, right here as I'm running through start finish, I'm feeling doomed. My legs are not on it. My heart is not on it. I shouldn't be doing this. And I give a really big dig. I mean, pretty much this whole lap that I'm chasing to get on, I'm in between 400 to 600 watts. And I'm so close to these 2 guys, and I really feel that if I can get on their wheel, that we can work together and bridge up to the break, because the group isn't chasing. So right about here, I am petering out. It's such a frustrating feeling that when you're giving everything you have and you're in the red, and the break or the group up that you're trying to bridge to, it keeps going away. So I have to make the ride of shame back to the group, back to the pack, knowing that I didn't make it, that I was too weak to make that bridge. Super frustrating. So they go way up the road. We get some other guys to start being a little more aggressive. When the pack caught me, I was just thinking I was going to go to the back, and then you get this great idea of course marshaling. And so I messed with my Garmin a little bit, and then I sort of fall off the group, and then I see these 2 guys go, and I'm kind of in the position, I should have just stopped. I should have just shut it down. So I try to go with them, but I just tried to go with that other group, and I'm just realizing that, okay, I came here to sit in. My fitness is not on par. And again, so there's 3 groups up the road. That's so frustrating. And I've been close enough to go with at least 2 of them. So we sort of regroup. I come to the back and I'm just relaxed. So there was a group of 5, 2 chasers and 2 chasers of them. And the group of 5 had 2 crash in that break. So then there was 3, and then we absorbed the 2 chase groups of 2. So we're all together with 3 off the front. There's maybe about 20 minutes left of racing, and the 3 guys up the road are way up the road. They're almost gonna lap the field. So guys are starting to get a little more antsy now because they feel that they have a chance to get a top 5 if they can get away from this group. And there's been so many people going off the front and making moves that you're starting to dwindle the amount of people that are willing to chase. And that sort of gets this feeling of that any moment there's going to be this one attack that works, that sticks, because so many guys have been off the front or chasing or making attacks, and you only have so many matches. Kind of getting crazy here, everyone dodging in between the bot dots, those little yellow things, which is insane. And then you can see there's a little group, like 2 guys up the road here, or 3 guys. And so they stayed out for a good while. Look at this, crazy. We're right next to the traffic, so dangerous. But so there was 3 guys up the road, and then 2 came back, and one, Blake Anton, he was out there by himself for a little while. And I'm just trying to sit on wheels and just kind of watch what's going on, because I'm just not totally there. This guy's super strong. I've rode with him in the past in other races, and so I'm kind of marking his wheel a little bit. And we come right here. He flicks me through, and it's like, what am I going to do? Pull the whole pack? Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just hanging out in the front. And then I look to my left, and Josh Cox from XMX, he starts to go. He's strong, so I make an attack where we're like side by side, and then I drop in on his wheel. And this was feeling pretty good. Like maybe me and him could work together. So I make a pull through. And you can pretty much see the pack behind us was just right there. As soon as we kind of shut that down, we got countered by Blake Anton and some other guys. But so right here, pretty much everyone is on the red, and this, everyone's starting to say, okay, there's whoever was going to attack has attacked, and we're about to get lapped. There's 8 laps to go at this point. I'm dying. I don't feel very good, and everyone's comes to a way slowdown point, a big lull after a lot of attacking. So I kind of duck into the right, everyone swings out to the left, and I just give it one more attack, because why not? I'm just gonna smash my pedals and see what happens. And if nothing happens, I told myself I would just pull off and watch the rest of the race, take some good pictures, whatever. But I ended up getting someone to go with me, because they were already coming up the side. This guy, Jamin from Fulton, he's actually Cat 3. This guy right here, man, he's so strong. So they let us go. The group let us go. We had a pretty good gap. But this dude was taking twice as strong of pulls as me and the other guy. Tell Jamin, hey, you got to take a digger here. I got to have at least one rotation where I'm not on the front, because I was on the red. And I know that's kind of messed up, and you got to communicate, because I'm not trying to mess with them. I'm not trying to not pull. I just need at least one rotation to sort of get my breath back, and then I'll help drive the brake. And this guy, again, he's like, why aren't you pulling? Are you going to mess with us? And I'm telling him, no, man, I just need a little bit of a break. So it was super cool that they allowed me to at least take one rotation out. I came through, I started pulling again, and we had a break for about 8 laps, and the pack is pretty close. But what was really crazy is they actually ended up getting lapped. So they were a lap down, and so we're all looking around as if, where is the pack? Because they were pretty close to us, but they had finished the race. Right? So this is the last lap. The main pack got caught by the main break, so then they are done. Their race is done. They're a lap down, but we didn't. So we get one more lap, and that's what totally saved this break, because we probably would have got caught by the group if it wasn't for them getting lapped. So I start kind of drilling it here on the front, and I make sure that I get in a really good spot with about 2 turns to go till the finish. I'm third wheel. This is great, fantastic. But then all of a sudden my brakes start rubbing, and right here I'm like full gas, and I'm not going anywhere. I can hear my brakes rubbing. I look down, and my rear skewer is fully open, and my wheel's like bouncing around. It's never happened to me before. I don't understand why. I totally had my skewer tight. Anyway, I roll in for 6th, which is a bummer because that's one spot out of the podium picture. And let me tell you, I wanted that podium picture. And I don't necessarily know if that my wheel hadn't messed up, that I would have been able to do anything else. But 6th out of 35-ish, which is pretty much my best result in the P12s so far. And it was with the worst fitness that I have ever raced with. Thank you so much, Vegan Cyclist. Yeah.